come forward. You guys want to move forward a little bit? Come on in here. Snuggle up. Get cozy. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy. Come on. So, keys to the currency is next. Keys to our currency with Zachary James Corzine. And Deepak making beautiful music to accompany him. So enjoy this. You're gonna get your mind blown open right now.
I call the courtship of kings and queens who practice ritualistic dreams of unity, of kingdoms and nations, and of the altered states, exchanging drafts of currency valued at exponential rates. We be monarchs. Monarchs present keys to arcs of the moon. It is the moon arc key that is the note I sing in this tune. 'Tis the universal instrument through which the note I sing is expressed. To access this heart we bring, see cured in the treasury chest. This key note is for the record, for and by this courtship is won, praising the body whose grace reflects the eternal light of the sun. We are merchants who merely chant. We chant into mirrors, calling out to an audience that never ceases to hear. We merchants act the part in musical sail lores, navigating majestic vessels across the current sea on peculiar docket tours. We play the role of the hermetic master of all arts and sciences, raising hieroglyphic flags to honor our trusted alliances. We are the witness and the judge, wearing a mask with contract lenses, so that we may expand these magnetic walls, this holy house's fences. Today, let us entertain ideas from every tale, by every mystical fairy, moon goddesses reflecting waves of light on leaves monetary. For monetary leaves are fixed with angelic mineral weaves, traded solely by the privileged holder of the moon arc key. Cool, thanks everybody. I'm Zach and I represent Order of Merchants Foundation, and this little seminar thing that we've got going on, the catchy name we've got to it is called Maps and Keys of the Current Sea, which is a little play on words because with the current sea, it's a movement of energy, sort of like the waves in the seas of space. And it's like in a material form, but an ocean nonetheless. Now I got Deepak here on the side, the other Deepak playing the violin. And so we're going to go ahead and get started on some interesting subjects that we may overlook the imaginative and the twisted fairy tale that is tied into a couple different subjects that we kind of like overlook, which is law, finance, and government. And so the first couple just ideas for you to entertain, and one probably most of you have entertained before, and that is that everything is everything. And that within every message lies the rainbow. There's an infinite color of light in every idea and in every symbol. Another thing is that everything can be either, neither, and both. So when considering an idea, you can go either yes or no, or you can go yes and no, or you can go neither yes nor no. So there's all different options that you have anytime an idea comes before your mind, whether you can actually establish that idea as a belief or you just kind of want to push it to the side. Another idea to entertain is to practice trusting everything, that everything is already perfect, that the only thing that is actually changing or tuning is your idea of what's already perfect. And then the big one is that everything outside of us is a reflection and a projection of everything going on inside of us. So inside this body, there is a governing system that is always active and always working, you know, ever since your birth and long before. There's a governing system, but in order for us to explore the governing system of ourselves, what we have is an interface, and there's a lens that filters the internal world and the external world, which are just reflections of one another, and that's like the skin layer. So when you see this government outside here and you think to yourself, what do I think the government is right now? Think about whatever you're seeing out here, you're actually talking about the government inside here. So outside here you may see these little buildings kind of like on a board game around the world called Treasury, United States Department of the Treasury, or Internal Revenue Service, and you see them out here, but they're actually just outward projections of systems already working in harmony inside your body. Okay, so the whole idea there is that everything outside of us is a reflection of what's inside of us, and this is just an outward projection of an inner reflection. With that in mind, I want to go to the word money and where it comes from. The word money or monetary or monarchism or Monday or monarchy, the letters M-O-N derive from Mona, which is moon, or like Luna, like moon. And it's the symbol of the moon. One of the attributes that it has is it reflects the light off of the sun, as money reflects the value off of some good or service. So it's just a reflection, and as a reflection, it carries reflective properties. Nothing in the governing system that is occurring right now is defying the laws of nature. It's not defying geometry. It's not defying the laws of reflection. Those are ever present in the current system that we already have. So what's the idea behind reflecting value off of something? If we think about a flower is one whole flower, but when it has seeds, and the seeds go out into the air, and then they kind of stop and get planted into the ground, there emerges a bunch of new flowers, and from that flower, they're reflected whole new flowers. And just like all of us right now are having our own 100% new experience, or our one experience in the present moment, there's actually a bunch of different 100%s going on simultaneously. So there's a macro, micro, where as a whole we're 100%, but also as, from an individual perspective, we are also 100%, as a flower is with seeds. Okay, so a couple things about the symbolism for the moon. In Rome, the moon is ruled by the goddess Diana, a symbol of something heavenly and divine, also known as the goddess of the hunt. And in Greek mythology, it's ruled by the goddess Artemis, which means to bear safe. And also another goddess is Selena, or Luna, which is goddess of, I think, the hunt as well, and mistress of the animos, and goddess of the wilderness. So you always heard, like in scripture, biblical text, you hear about going out into the wilderness, which we could think of maybe exploration, or even going into something like confusion. In Maya culture, the moon is ruled by the goddess Kel, I believe it is. It's C-H-E-L, which it means Lady Rainbow. And it's also a symbol for medicine, and a grandmother, the nocturnal physician. So as we see, like Monday also is a symbol for the moon, like Sunday is the day of the week that is a symbol for the sun. We have these things that we're passing around that serve as a symbol for the moon. And what's up with these symbols that are going on? Well, one shape to keep in mind is that most everybody's familiar with the torus shape, and the torus is that shape. It's like a donut shape, right, with the ring, and we often think that there's this torus around our body, and in the middle there's this hole that goes straight down through, and it's holy, right? And then all this torus, it kind of comes down, up, and around, and then back down, and it does that all the way around. So it's that donut shape, the shape of a wreath or a tire or an inner tube. And a couple interesting things about this symbol is that in the middle, the thing that is holy is that thing that we like to use certain symbols to describe as God or something divine, you know? So we use like the word God, but God is just a word, it's just a symbol. And anytime we enter into the world of symbols, we are looking to try to convey an idea that comes from this holy place in the middle, where actually there is no word that can describe that holy thing. It is pure, it's completely pure. And so anytime we enter into the realm of using symbols to convey messages, we are entering into the realm of fiction. So anytime using words or anything, and something else about the symbols is the symbols are hollow. A symbol can be charged in any possible way that you could think of. It's just this hollow shell. We can use a word like fluoride or war, and we can charge that shell with anything we choose to, coming through that holy center and pushing our intention through it. So sometimes, you know, we can kind of look at it as a symbol as a messenger. And often if we're saying, okay, X out that symbol, get that symbol out of here, my perfect world doesn't use that symbol holds me back. Perhaps in a way we're actually killing the messenger when we're doing that. Because the symbol is just a representation of the present, which is that holy thing in the middle, that ever-present moment, and we know the present is the gift. Cool. Okay, so that symbol Taurus, just keep in mind